Yeah.
We have a winner.
Always
And
win.
his name is Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
I told you.
How's it going, everybody? This is We the People. Let's talk. All right, guys. How you doing, fellas? It's been a while. Can I get some handshakes? Can I get some handshakes?
Can
How
you
doing?
get them,
Good one.
How you
baby?
doing? It's been a while, and it's the greatest comeback of all time.
Of all
It
times.
really is.
Of all times.
It really is. It really is. So, what you guys think? What you guys think? How do you think the future looks right now for America?
Bright.
Very bright. I mean,
Wealthy.
that's why he's got sunglasses on.
It's so bright.
It's so bright. He's got sunglasses on to, it's
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think that this is the most money we're gonna make. At least I'm gonna make in my lifetime. Things were going, a little negative here in the last 7 months, at least for me, in terms of contracts canceling and stuff. I told you guys a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it, and it's already picking back up. I heard the stock market already.
Oh
called something.
my Lord, the stock. Okay, so that says it all, Carlos. The stock market the day after when I was up to, I know you were up to like 4 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
I was up to almost 4 in the morning, and you can see what's called the futures, right? You can see what is the stock market going to do based on foreign markets that are open when we're asleep, and it was ripping. And then we had the day after the election, it killed it, which tells you that the market liked what happened.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And what about this? The Hamas just declared peace.
Is that real? I saw that one. By the way, guys, I was at the eye doctor. I'm not Joe Cool today. I have my eyes dilated. I can't see shit. So,
we know you're cool, Frank.
I know. But no, I saw the same thing.
News,
That Hamas.
Newsweek posted it.
Newsweek posted it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Newsweek posted, and Donald Trump Jr. just posted that too. So
Really?
yeah, that's why we mentioned that. And it's interesting because, I mean, we knew that would probably happen. I think there's more to be done. I mean, they still have to find the hostages and stuff like that, but they declared peace. Trump hasn't even been, it hasn't even been the inauguration yet, right? He hasn't
Because he
been
knows
till
what's
2
coming.
days.
Did
He
they
knows
declare
what's
peace?
coming.
They
He
know,
knows
they
he
know.
don't play around.
Was it like a cartoon where they waved that little white flag
yeah,
over the rock
yeah,
and they're like,
yeah,
don't kill my ass?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Well, guys, we are We the People podcast. Brad DeMint, Carlos Rojas, Frank the Bank here. Real estate, title, lending, all that you need in terms of real estate. Remember, reach out. The information is right on the description. If you need anything real estate related, we're here for you. Whether it's lending, whether it's understanding title, whether it's buying, selling real estate, we got your back. Now, let's get into this rates right away. So, Frank, this is your department here. Explain to me why the rates went up.
Well, so here's why the rates went up. I did a post on this the other day, so you guys got to go to check out Frank the Bank Kodo on Instagram. But the rates went up because our economy and specifically our rates are more tied to certainty and uncertainty, right? So when you have something going on in the world, whether it's a war or it's a pandemic or it's an election or it's hurricane or whatever it is, and there's uncertainty in the future, right? Then the market drops rates because they're trying to encourage people to take action, to buy things and to spend money. When things are good, technically rates should be higher, because people already have money and they're confident in what's going on and they're comfortable.
Is this
so they're not scared.
how they think in terms of?
Historically, and this is not even specific to Donald Trump or to Republicans or anything. If you look back historically on every single presidential election in 4 years over the last 30 years, the rates go up after elections because in the year before elections, it's turmoil. What's going on? We've had a whole bunch of we got war all over the place. I don't think it's a lot. By the way, I might be speaking too soon. It's not 2:00 yet.
Right.
The Fed is going to meet today. Okay. And we'll take another minute to explain to the listeners so they understand the Fed rate is not the 30-year fixed rate.
Okay.
That's not the one that we're advertising right now that you had on Google, which is in the 6s, which sadly, guys, rates are up a little bit right now. But guess what? Home sales are going to continue. Prices are still up year over year. There's going to be more consumer confidence, which means more people are going to buy, which means there's going to be competition, which means you still got to get out there and buy something.
That's right.
But the Fed is going to lower the rate by 1/4 point today, is what everybody thinks.
Okay.
But that is not your 30-year rate. Although it's a great time to advertise it. That is your home equity line and your credit cards. Right. So anybody out here that has a home equity line of credit, by tomorrow, your payment should go down by 1/4% if they drop it. This is the same one they dropped by 0.5 point a couple months ago. It's a good thing We need that to come down.
How long do you think it'll take before? I mean, people like me, we think that Trump is going to bring it back down to the threes. Is that a possibility in your mind?
So, who's the guy we were talking about? Grant Cardone, right? Grant Cardone. I actually reposted something he posted the other day, and I hardly ever do that. And he posted something that I found very interesting. He explained why you have to have rates under 4% in order to get the economy going again in the real estate market. And he said it like this, and I loved his stat. I'm going to butcher it a little, but he said that I think he said almost 70%, like 68% of America homeowners with mortgages have a rate under 4% right now.
Right.
So the rates have to drop under 4% to motivate most of those people to get back in the market.
That's right.
It's going to be hard to talk somebody with a 3.5% to go buy a house that's more expensive and pay 6.5%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So that's the key. So what he did, he was speaking to the politicians and to Trump and Kamala and all this, and he said, you have to drop the rates.
That's
so
right.
to answer your question, I think Trump knows that.
Yeah.
Trump is a capitalist. He gets it. I think it'll
Real
happen,
estate
but
guys.
not till sometime next year.
I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm telling
it.
you 2 years, and the rates are going to be looking in the threes again. I have a feeling about that. As long as, we start baby drilling.
Drill,
baby,
drill.
drill.
Yeah, drill,
As
baby,
long as we
drill.
start doing those things,
Frank, when do
gas
you-
gets good, everything, I think we'll be back in there.
Frank, when do you think we're going to start seeing a lot more refis? I mean, I've been starting to see them, but when do you
I think it's the same thing, though, right? As soon as the
So,
rates go lower
yeah.
than...
There's only two types of refis. You got to think about there's only two reasons for the most part people refi. It's either A, you want money to do something, a cash out refi, or you're going to consolidate debt, which helps you save money monthly, right? You pay off credit cards with it.
Or a better
Or
rate.
two, what Carlos said, a better rate so you save money, right? The only two reasons. So cash out refis, guys, if you want to consolidate debt, put all your debt at 6-point-something% instead of 20-something% on your credit cards. It makes total sense. Put your car in there. Remember, the other thing about credit cards and car loans is they're short term. So when a loan is short term, your payment is much higher, right? So when you spread it over 30 years, you get a lower payment, even if the rate was the same.
Yeah.
What I think, you got a prediction, he said 2 years. I've got a prediction that we're going to see major economic impact by late February, early March next year, because he's going to have to get inaugurated, right? Then I bet you he comes in and he does all these stop immigration, do the border, start deporting. All these things are going to start changing, and that's when people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, it's on."
Yeah.
Because right now he doesn't really have control of anything.
I also, real estate related, guys, I have a feeling that we're going to see some of the greatest years we're going to see. And I just want to give a tip to everybody that remembers the 4 years of Trump. To me, I took the 4 years of Trump like, things are going to stay this good forever.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I didn't really take advantage of those moments.
Mm-hmm.
I made a decent amount of money, probably the most money I've ever made in my life through the Trump administration.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that everybody understands that this may not last forever. It feels like it because the team that he put together, J.D. Vance, Vivek,
Musk.
Kennedy, Elon Musk, it just feels like
Tulsi.
only good things are going to happen from this win. But I just want to make sure that everybody understands. Take advantage of this economy that's about to rip apart.
Yeah.
Everything that was bad before, and I just want to make sure that you take advantage of it because I know I didn't. And if you didn't experience it or saw it that way, and let's say you're an immigrant that just came to the United States legally or whatever, and you're experiencing this economy that's about to boom right now for the first time, take advantage of it because you may not see it again. And the best way to prepare for a bad economy is doing the best you can through a good one, right, Frank?
100%.
Right. So buy houses, sell if you need to. Call us around. We'll help you out, man. But we're ready to work, and I know Americans are ready to get going with their economy, with things that are gonna be looking prosperous again, and we can put behind us all the craziness and all the But before we put it behind us, before we
Can we
lose,
wallow in it one more
can
time?
we just enjoy a little bit of this stuff right here that I'm about to put on the screen? Let's go.
Let's go. Oh my Lord.
I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
This one was so funny.
No!
Greg Godwin posted this one.
Hit your head on the wall.
This is all prank, right? Like, like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream.
Wait, is
and
it
none
going
of
back
this.
the way it was?
All I can say is how fucking dare you.
Said it from the coffin. Remember how I died when you started walking. That's my life. That's my life.
We got part 2.
Oh,
All right, but you ain't a black gonna be in the office, and his white is gonna be out. We're taking the trap.
This is right before the election. This is right before the election. I want to see this woman now. I just want to see what she's.
Cash out, loser. All right, we're in power now.
Have a nice day.
You have a wonderful day on the 5th. Okay, you're gonna lose.
Okay.
And your leader,
Okay.
cult leader.
Bye bye.
You dumb.
damn.
We're gonna win.
They didn't win.
Oh my God.
Scared to go to sleep.
Oh, that's the same one.
These poor
I
people,
might
bro.
wake up a mother slave.
I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will this whole place to the ground.
Don't give her matches.
Man, the suicide rate's about to explode.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Why are people so concerned? What do they think? They think it's going to turn
Here's
the
my thing.
country?
If you have the guts to film yourself, feeling this way and crying out, like, how badly do you want to be a victim? There's definitely something wrong with these people's heads. And I do feel for them a little bit. I do laugh at it.
I mean,
But part of me is like, man, like they need help. They need some serious help. Trump did not. It's not a dictator. Like you cannot follow this news outlets rhetoric, on him and stuff like that. I just don't. I just feel bad for them in a lot of ways, and I just feel like I hope they get help.
Well, the positive thing too, and we talked about this earlier, is that it's going to be better for them in the next 4 years, and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
Right? They're freaking out, going crazy. But a Trump economy isn't just great for Trump supporters.
Right.
It's great for
It's
everyone.
great for them. They
So-
just don't know it.
Exactly. So, it's going to be great for them, even if they don't know it. So, I know that there's not really liberals listening to this show probably, but if you are, don't worry. Everything's going to
It's
be
okay.
okay.
We got your back. We voted for
We
all of
voted-
America.
We voted for
Fine.
all America.
That's right.
Because that is what a Trump presidency is about. And this team he's put together is an amazing team, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great 4 years, and hopefully we can keep him in office. Not Trump, but probably JD Vance
What would
next. What do
be-
you guys
woo,
think?
Vance.
JD Vance next.
Hey, if
Oh,
you want
we'll
a
see.
young guy, that's the one.
I'm loving JD Vance. I'm telling you, I'm loving that guy.
No homo, but yeah, he's great. By the way, guys, what do you think is one of your favorite things that Trump is gonna do in this administration? Think about that. I'll start. I'll say I can't wait to see the peace around the world once again. That to me is a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids fighting in a war, or I didn't want World War III. I wanted a solid hand, somebody in charge that was gonna make sure that the rest of the world would be okay. What do you guys think?
Brad, you got something before me? I don't know.
I'm torn between a few things. I mean, obviously we talked about the economy. I think that's what I'm most excited about. I also think cleaning up the border. I think that it's a great time to visit Mexico in the next couple months before January, because it's going to get real busy in January. It's going to get real busy over there. So we need to
Let's go to Cancun.
If you want to go to Cancun, now is the time. But seriously, I think cleaning up the border is going to be a great thing. I really just think everything wrong in this country. That I think gas prices are another thing that I'm very excited about. Right?
Well, they're not that bad right now, right? They're
But they should go down though, right?
Yeah.
I
What's
mean,
gas?
because this guy drives a Tesla. We forgot.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what are you the most excited about, Frank?
I am going to say the border, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I think of all the other things that are going to be amazing he's going to do, I feel like they're going to take time. I think the border is the one that he literally is going to walk in there on the day he's inaugurated and say, shut the effing border down. And I think that transcends politics. I think the vast majority of Americans, Republican or Democrat, have felt the pinch. Probably Democrats more than Republicans, if you think about it, because where they are, the plan where they were importing people from the border into the Democratic cities to push the vote, those poor guys, like look at Aurora, Colorado, where I have family that lives there. One of my favorite cousins lives there, and he's a Democrat, and he's like, yeah, bro, it's bad. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think the border is going to be the first thing that we get to see, and we're going to love it.
Yeah, I love this whole map. I mean, my main thing was Colorado. I cannot believe they voted like this, especially with all the issues that they've been having with illegal immigration.
My eyes are messed up. But what are the numbers? Was it even close in Colorado?
Oh no, not even close. 54% to 43.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, big Kamala support right there, and then Arizona. It's looking like Trump is about to win it. Why
kill
are
it.
they taking so long? Maybe they were trying to cheat in those states or
They gotta
something. I
find the
don't know.
ballots, bro. They gotta find them.
But it was too much.
crazy.
It's so much. It's overwhelming, and there's no way you can cheat out of this.
Now I want to share a stat that I read earlier. Is that
hold on. Before
Okay,
you go
go
off that,
ahead.
go to California. What are the numbers in California? Was it even close or not?
No, 57 to 40.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know.
And
I'm
then
sorry,
New
Brad.
York is also New York is 55. Oh, New York got closer. It was
Okay.
looking at 60 when I was looking
That's
at
what
it.
I wanted to know. Like all that work he did in those states, did it have a
Right.
big impact or not?
Right. I mean, I think it did have a big impact in terms of like they voted more than 2020, but
Right.
What was Pennsylvania? Go to
enough.
Pennsylvania real quick.
Pennsylvania he owned
Wow.
by
Hard for me to
that's
read, but-
160,000 votes approximately. Florida.
And Michigan and Wisconsin. I mean, we knew he was going to win Florida, but Michigan and Wisconsin were the other ones.
Yeah.
Look, Wisconsin was a little close, but he got it.
Yeah.
Now, I read a stat that the states that Kamala won are the states that don't require voter ID, which is crazy.
Really?
I read that earlier. I don't know how true that. I mean, I know you have to look and see what states and all that, but I did read that earlier. The states that Kamala won are the ones that don't require voter ID. But I will say, looking at that map, we see mostly red, a little bit of blue. But I will say that I saw another map that was all red and it said states that Donald Trump was the president in. Because he is the president.
I really do want.
That's all that matters.
I really do want Trump to do something in terms of the voting. I think we need a
Yeah.
voting day
A
where everybody's
national-
off, national voting day. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there were some polls. My friend sent me a video the other day where you could go vote and they ask you for your ID, but they don't even look at it or make sure that it's you. They give it right back. The guy was like shaking the box. I mean, it looked like the type of place where you could just vote yourself and throw it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And I think those type of places, like, we need to stop doing that. I think it's important that I'm glad everything ended up the way it did. And I think that's because the overwhelming majority voted Trump, which when you do that, you can't cheat yourself out of that. But I do think that Trump and friends need to make sure that they do something so that we can protect our voting rights now that we have the chance and he's in power.
It seems simple. Like I understand states, we have so many elections and referendums and amendments, but when it's federal, there's only so much.
Yeah.
Federal, it's some senators, some House members, and the president, and they're not even all up at the same time. Why can't the feds control the federal election?
Right.
That seems so simple.
Right.
Like,
It does. I don't understand.
like one set of rules for everybody. Then you don't have this
absolutely.
partisan state bullshit.
Yeah. One big thing that helped Trump win was the influencers. I know that there's a bunch of them that helped him out. And Kamala just stuck to, the old school type of campaigns, which is just media and stuff like that.
She had some influencers too. They just all went to Diddy parties.
Yeah. You're one.
I didn't get invited. They
I
didn't
see
invite
you,
me.
Brad. All right, so here's the influencer graph for Trump. So we could take a look at some of the supporters here that helped him out.
What is
We
it
got-
showing by how much
So-
influence they had or
Right,
something?
right.
Yeah. And Elon obviously big. And this article actually came out before Joe Rogan endorsed Trump. He obviously endorsed him the night before. My buddy Grant Godwin shared this. He's actually on there too. Shout out to the Typical Liberal and DC Drano, both good friends of mine. And it's really awesome that they were a part of this. But I really thought that it was important that when we saw Dana White, when Dana White went up there and spoke the night of the election when Trump won, he shouted out the Nelk Boys. He shouted out Theo Vaughn, Aiden Ross. These guys that, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan is who he also thanked. And, it's funny because even Hulk Hogan is another name to throw
Right.
out there. People don't realize how much these influencers have an impact on
Absolutely.
people, right? And more now than ever. And that's why it's important for us to talk about our beliefs on this show or any influence. All of us, we have other things that we did, and people are like, why are you guys getting political? You guys are influencers in the real estate world.
Right.
Why get political? This is why, because this was a huge reason why these guys won.
And another reason
Why
is
Trump won.
I get political because I want more business. I want more prosperity. And let me tell you something, bro. If Biden would have done an amazing job, maybe my vote would be up in the air. He had 4 years to prove to us that we were wrong about him.
Right.
And all he did was shit in the United States of America. Like he made us look weak. He made us look powerless around the world. The parents. I mean, as a parent, I was scared for my kids and their future. So the too many things where I don't want that. And Trump does bring that security back, which I think we need. One thing I want to talk about in this chart Is that this little dot right here at the very top right? That right there is We the People podcast. Guys. We made an impact, okay?
Yes, sir.
But where's Joe Rogan on there? Was he on there?
It
Yeah,
was
he was there.
yeah, it was
a smaller one.
Well, I don't know. Was he on
No,
there?
he's big.
Well,
He's
because
big.
he didn't,
I can't read.
and he didn't endorse him until the night before, and he
Right.
went on there. That was one of the last ones that he got. But I just think that that's so huge, so important.
it
And you know
important,
what? And even though maybe we aren't on there, we are that little dot. But no matter what, you speaking out, no matter who you are, whether you have millions of followers or not, you never know whose mind you can change and who you can help really see the light, see what's going on in this country.
And I've done that.
So-
I'm sorry, Frank.
go.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've worked with people from New York that the moment I thought they were Trump supporters based on the way they talked and everything.
Right.
And the moment I mentioned Trump, they're like, you like that fool and blah, blah, and this and that. And I still were able to close with them. And I know I planted seeds on them because as soon as they saw everything that Biden has been doing and everything that has been going on and the economy going bad, every time I'd be like, well, you got Biden to thank for that. And they started thinking, and I'm very sure this year they voted for him. I haven't checked in, but I'm very sure that we were able to change that a little bit in terms of just talking. I just feel like as Americans, we need to talk about this stuff. That's it. If I'm a Trump supporter and you're a Democrat supporter, it doesn't mean we don't get to work together. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about doing a business transaction together. We should be able to work together. 100%. If you feel like you can't work with me, I'm sorry, but that's on you. And I'm okay with you feeling that way because I probably don't want to work with you either. But just because I support a different candidate, if you feel that way, I don't think that that you can't work with people that think different than you. I don't think that's the reason you should stop working with someone.
Well, speaking of followers, I happened to look at my Instagram yesterday, and I think, and I wish I had taken a previous screenshot to confirm this, but I think I lost almost 1,000 followers in 24 hours during and after the election. And I definitely posted some very positive things on the day of the election.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I said a couple nice things, but I'm blown away.
I'll tell you what, Frank, I saw your posts and I thought you were very good at it, at talking to both sides.
Right.
Regardless of who you voted for or whatever. I thought the way that you talked to both sides, regardless of the end result, was very well taken. I just feel like people don't follow you because they know who you got. But at the end of the day, bro, you're probably going to get more followers than ever before because of who you are. So
Frank was cracking me up. He's like, he's wearing a MAGA hat, and he's like, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for. I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for, but he's like, got the MAGA hat on. I'm like,
and a Trump shirt, right?
right.
So,
Okay, Frank, we know who you're voting for.
I just want to say, just to take it back to the media, because this is one of my favorite things to do. I play a lot of media clips on this show and on the Spanish show as well. And I just want to kick it back to them because they fooled me when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I show people why the media is not on your side and how divisive and corrupt and ugly they are. And let's start with CNN. Actually, we only got CNN clips right here on what they got to say on Florida and voters that voted for Trump.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming?
I think when it's all said and done, what you're going to see is a huge divide over people who are college educated and not college educated.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. Pure Project 2025 in miniature in Florida. And that kind of extreme, sort of extremist right-wing fascist type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place?
Fascist?
This lady, bro, calling Florida people, Floridians fascists, that is not the way you want to talk to Trump supporters. The fact that maybe one or two people may think that way in either side of the party may be one thing, but in reality, to call all of us that, especially all Floridians, that's divisive, that's disrespectful. She needs to be fired.
100%.
CNN or whatever the network, MSNBC is this one. MSNBC needs to fire this lady for the way she's talking. And again, she goes to race, talking about white woman choosing to vote for Trump. That's divisive. That's race. Talking about the black men's and everything. Like, why? Like we're talking about bringing America together, and here we are again.
Yeah.
It's not us.
So that's fun. I know we didn't put the whole other clip, but that other clip
the
that
other
you're about
one
to play,
I'm going
play
for
that
it right
because it breaks down because she just said something. We got to remember she said that white women came out for Trump, but not the black women. Now let's see what this other clip says.
Places. So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
Not one county. So how can you make the statement that the black women or Hispanic came out for Harris when she did not outperform the white man Biden?
She didn't.
One place in the country.
She didn't. And you know why? You know why, Frank? You know why? Because they attacked the families.
Yes.
They attacked the good people of America. The way that this lady just talked college educated and non-college educated. I mean, a lot of Americans understand nowadays that college is not where you might want to get your education nowadays with all the corruption that colleges have and the amount of communism that they're teaching to the kids. I mean, we've had it. Yeah. And this news media networks are going down. And we the people are going to come back up the way that we should be.
We're proud to be garbage, like Biden calls us, right?
Another
we got the best garbage man that just won
The
president.
garbage wins. The garbage wins.
Garbage wins.
All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Peace out. We the people. Out.
We the people. Oh, that was short, sweet, and to the point.
How's it going,